I'm doing pretty good. How about you guys?
Doing pretty okay. So yeah, just looking for the volume button here. Just a little bit quiet, but we're working on that.
I could always just shout.
Yeah. So you are what? You were a QA tester for Mass Effect 3, correct?
Yep. Yeah, this is my first time testing any games.
I know those tests are important, Commander.
Okay. Cool. So this was what exactly does a QA tester do? Because I feel that's something that is often people like, oh, I want to grow up one day to be a games tester, but a lot of people
Couldn't
actually
have
don't
added another
actually
bed.
realize what that is. So why don't you explain to us a little bit about what you did as a QA tester?
Well, a lot of us gamers, we've run into bugs when playing games, but as a tester, your job is to be able to replicate the bugs and find out exactly what's causing them and then be able to explain that to like a programmer in a in a good sense. So it's all about being able to replicate the same bugs and get the
Okay,
same results every time.
so essentially, your job is to break the game repeatedly
Yeah,
and be able to tell people about how you did it.
yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah, a lot of people are asking me to turn the volume up, but I actually don't know how to do that in Skype right now. I am vaguely ashamed of myself that I do not know what to do. Is there any way you can turn your mic levels up?
Um, no, but I can get closer to the mic.
Oh, is oh okay. So never mind. It's just people can't hear me. That's the problem. Right. Never mind. Can you let me guys know when you can hear me better? I'll just start talking louder. Right.
Sit closer to that or that?
There we go. Let me just increase levels on on my little switch here. So pretty much you've been able to play uh, Mass Effect 3 before anyone.
Yeah, yeah, I've
Um,
been playing it since September.
yeah. What is there anything you can kind of tell us about testing the game?
Well, it opened my eyes up to like a lot of the
Is there
background work
anything?
that goes into games, like sort of the time frame that everything gets
Sorry.
done.
Apparently, I'm just still. Mm-hmm. So, like, at what point do they sign on the QA testers?
Well, there's testers pretty much helping out, helping to support the programmers all the way through the process because, programmers and designers, they need to be able to focus on their tasks. So when they need, to break the game or to verify that a change went in, they just throw it out to a tester to do that legwork for them.
Mm-hmm. And like, about how long does the testing process take?
Oh, I've been testing every day since
Really?
whoa.
Is it tripped?
Sorry, that was our dog doing. I don't know what. Why is our door open? Okay.
Oh, Commander Sheepdog. Right on.
Oh, you're what? Yes, that would be Commander Sheepdog. One sec. I need to switch spots again so I can hear you. Why my microphone level is so low because I'm getting some comments on that. So, why don't you, like, about how long were you testing the game for?
Well, I started off testing cinematics, so like specifically cutscenes and in-game cutscenes and stuff. So I'd look for stuff like pops or continuity errors where the character's not in the right spot. And then I moved
Okay,
up
so,
to play and level testing and
well,
stuff like that.
I'm sorry, I'm just still trying to see if volume is working properly. This is all acting all sorts of fun and buggy. Um, so, all right. Does anyone have any questions for Josh? Um, sorry, I'm so distracted by trying to fix everything right now.
No worries, take your time.
So, all right, before, all right, so before you signed on for Mass Effect 3,
Yep.
step on the dog. So before you signed on for Mass Effect 3, had you played any of the previous Mass Effect games?
Yeah, I had. Yeah, yeah, I actually really liked them.
Okay, so you were, I guess you were kind of well versed in. I guess you're kind of well versed in the lore then.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
So yeah, so how does Mass Effect 3 hold up in comparison to the rest of the series? Just your
Well,
opinions, no spoilers.
yeah, without any spoilers, I mean, as you can kind of tell from like the trailers and everything, the tone of the game is a lot more like doom is upon us right now. You know, there's no time for messing around and taking hour-long trips in an elevator and stuff. You know, it's a lot more work's got to get done. You know, Shepard's got to save the universe, and it's got to happen right now. So, I mean, the speed of the game and the intensity of the game is a lot more uh, faster paced and a lot more action.
Okay, so
Yeah.
we don't have any more elevator rides because that's one thing we.
Yeah.
I
Oh.
think that was the question Stefan wanted to get to. Yeah, he misses the elevator rides.
Well, yeah, the elevator rides were good if you needed to get up and go do something like take out your dog or something. But yeah, it's no great loss without them.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna have to agree on that one there. So, do you guys have any questions? Oh, there we go. Sorry, I just missed that one. So, how does someone become a game tester? Is there a specific place that they would look like Dice.com for IT people, or do you just kind of have to keep in, ear to the floor at a bunch of game developer websites?
Well, I sort of knew like the development cycle of video games. Like if you take that into account, you can sort of plan, oh, a big game is being released, 9 months from now. Maybe I should apply now, not a couple months before the game's actually released, because the testing's already been done by at that point. So, I made sure I had applied, way back early.
Okay, so
Job.
pretty much. All right. Now I see what the problem is. As far as my microphone goes, apparently every time I talk, the boost I give to it is dropping, and I don't know why.
Huh.
But bouncing. Nope, that's not working. Forget that. Alright,
Are there any new classes?
so, are there gonna be, any new classes?
Um, no, I don't think there's any new classes. I mean, the multiplayer has some new species mixed into the class, so that sort of adds some new life to each class. You know, like instead of having just a regular infiltrator, now you can have a Solarian infiltrator, and the Solarian plays way differently than the humans do. So, you know, that's sort of the only new classes they have, I think.
How is multiplayer? Is it actually competitive or is it just some like
Oh, the multiplayer is it's sort of like wave based, you know, 4-player co-op against 10 waves of enemies and then an 11th extraction wave where you just try to survive.
Mm-hmm. Okay, there we go.
whip out my Xbox?
So, someone just informed me how I can fix my microphone now. Hooray, that's so much better. So now that what hand did you have in the multiplayer? Did you test that out in its entirety, or did you really only focus on single player?
Well, I was first focused on single player, but once that wrapped up, the multiplayer, they needed some people to help test them. And periodically, like, there'd be afternoons where it'd be like they'd want to get as many people onto the multiplayer just to test the server loads and stuff. So I got to play multiplayer on the PC way back in October, I think was my first time playing it, back before it was even announced publicly, and I had a blast with it.
That dude's saving an entire planet. He fucking stressed out his shit.
Okay, cool. So, do testers do anything for DLC? Like, we have the DLC coming out pretty much the day of launch. Do you test that out as well, or is that a completely different team?
No, I'm actually just this afternoon I was testing DLC that's going to be coming out a couple months from now. So, yeah, I'm working on DLC. Testers do that. That's all local in Edmonton.
Okay, now, also, to my understanding, QA testers have a really, really high turnover rate. Like, you guys don't really stay hired on for long. Is there something, like, testers can do to kind of change the way that works? Like, you know, you join a big studio, you just get shifted around between games, instead of, like, having to leave the studio?
Well, the turnaround rate, it's not so much like a merit thing. It's I was hired on as a term, like a contract tester, so I was hired on for 6 months. So after that 6 months, if they don't need me anymore, you know, the project's done and that's just the end.
Elevators? What do you want? 2 stories?
So it's like you're hired on with that understanding that once the work dries up, your contract's over and that's pretty much it anyways.
I'm looking for greedy bastard. Hey, another elevator. See?
Okay, now,
Do they have a deep knowledge? The program or the game testers have a knowledge of programming at all, or is it just kind of like I played the game, shit was broken, and you know that type of deal?
Well,
Where they're like,
yeah, you don't need
or
to
they're
have like a
hey, you
specific
know,
knowledge of
this
the
part
language.
of the programming, you should have done this instead of this, or is it just like shit's broken?
Well, yeah, you need to, as a tester, you don't need to know like the specific language of programming, but you need to understand what's happening. So, you know, you open a door, it sets this sort of trigger off, and that causes a problem. So you have to know which triggers are being set, you know, after which actions. So you have to understand the programming, but you don't have to be able to actually, you know, speak it.
okay. Now, going completely away from the concept of game testing, here's one thing I've wondered. Like, looking back at some of the older BioWare games, like Baldur's Gate, Knights of the Old Republic, you can kind of see a very basic formula slowly getting kind of refined
and kind of changed up. Is there like a very core understanding in BioWare of what a specific BioWare RPG is and what it needs to be, or is this just something that people kind of join the studio to kind of personally emulate, but there's no real specific drive to maintain a specific BioWare formula?
Well, it's not hard and fast like a formula, because BioWare knows that we need to improve on certain aspects of our games. But definitely when we were hired on, there was lots of talk about stories really important. The professionalism in the game is really important. Like we want to invest those extra hours to make sure the level of polish is as high as we could get it. That's what BioWare is all about, really. Is just trying to get the best we can in the time we have.
Okay, now I know in Baldur's Gate at least there are actually some really awesome Easter eggs in there. Like if you read the gravestones in the one city, you could kind of see epitaphs like "This game is going to kill me." It's signed by, and if you look in the credits, you can kind of see his name. Are there any Easter eggs you can tell us about that are going to be in Mass Effect 3? Like, anything we should look at when we actually go out and play the game?
Well, I don't really want to give away any Easter eggs, but I know that the Kinect has a bunch of funny Easter eggs with their voice command. Like, if you say boomstick, he'll pull out his shotgun. So that's sort of a throwback to Evil Dead or whatever.
Okay, cool.
Has he game tested any other games besides Mass Effect?
No, this was my first game.
Only BioWare
This was
Mass
my
Effect?
first
Like
time
BioWare
testing.
games in general, or just Mass Effect?
Nope, this was my first game.
First
Before
game
this, I was
tested.
a video
I mean,
production
Does he plan on continuing
manager.
the game test your life, the style?
Oh, you're a video production manager before this? Was that also in video games, or...?
No, film and television.
Oh, okay, nice. Was that, like, just Canadian programming?
Sorry, what was that?
Never mind. Someone in the live chat wants to know, what was your favorite moment from Mass Effect 1 or 2?
My favorite moment from Mass Effect 1 would probably be beating it. Just because, it took so much effort just to take down one Reaper, and it really felt like an accomplishment. And then my favorite moment from ME2 was probably when Shepard dies right at the very beginning, because it was such a shocking beginning. Like, I don't think I'd ever seen that in a video game or even a movie before, where, like, the main character is ripped right from the player's hands right at the first 20 minutes.
One of the requirements for playing Mass Effect 3, did you have to play the first two? I mean, was it kind of like, hey, you didn't play any, just test our game, make sure it doesn't have any bugs, or was it like, hey, I played the first two, I know what's going on, can you, make sure the third one makes sense?
Well, it's a little bit of both. I mean, some people were specifically hired because of their knowledge of the past two games. I was hired more because of my knowledge in video production, so I could give good focus on the cinematics and stuff. That's where my original focus was, and then now I'm just doing general test ops. But yeah, some people were hired.
So was a lot of your feedback then focused on... Was it focused on the cinematics of everything, or were you, focusing on other areas as well, but you just kind of gave, a little bit of video feedback?
Yeah, well, for the first 4 months, or 3 or 4 months that I was working at BioWare, my whole focus was just cinematics. It was me and I think 4 or 5 other people who that's all our team did was every cinematic in the game. We looked at it every possible way that you could have that conversation. We had to make sure that it, worked with every possible combination of every henchman too. So sometimes you'd play the same conversation 30 times in a day.
You know.
Nice. So, what would you say is actually the funniest bug you found when you were testing this out? Like, I remember beta testing Battlefield 3 and just seeing just some of the weird crawling head elongation things. Like, what just made you laugh?
Well, there was one where Liara, I was testing a scene with her and she didn't have any lips. So she just had giant grill teeth looking things. It was kind of disgusting and freakish, but really funny too. Those are always funny when the characters,
Nice.
forms get all messed up and
Do you beta
look all
test for
weird.
any of the games? Didn't you? No. I didn't. Personally.
So, Stefan wants to know if you've beta tested or played the betas for any other games.
Yeah, I helped beta test Battlefield also. But no, really, Mass Effect, this was my entry into the industry. I was really lucky, actually, to get the job. It was sweet.
Okay, nice. So, yeah, he has beta tested other games. Sorry, I had to relay everything that I hear through the headphones.
I getcha.
Well, I can ask you one.
Yeah, so, what outside of Mass Effect, which is obviously your favorite video game, what other video games you actually personally enjoy playing? Like, do you have a specific genre that you fall back on, or a franchise?
Well, my favorite genre is third-person action adventure, just because I like that I like seeing what my character actually looks like. But lately, I've been really into Battlefield, just because I love the Frostbite engine, and I don't know, it just changes up gameplay when you're able to just knock down a building that someone's in. They're giving you trouble, and you just take all the walls down around them.
Okay, so are you a PC or console man?
I'm a console man normally, but since working at BioWare, I had to learn how to play the PC. Like, a lot of the testing's done on the PC. But I'm a 360 guy.
Okay, you're a 360 guy. I think you've just pissed off some of the people here.
Yeah, don't hate me.
I'm not pissed. Except
Well-
for me.
Alex doesn't count as a person. Izzy doesn't count as a person. I'll never get that right.
I'll hunt you down, Cream. Hunt you down all the way to this room.
I know live chat. Notchip wants to know, will there be loyalty missions like in Mass Effect 2?
Not to the same degree as in Mass Effect 2. It's more, the loyalty missions are, they're more just a wrap up to the story. Like, you have all these relationships, so you have to do missions for friends, but it's not loyalty per se.
Okay, that makes sense.
Can you run without being?
I hope it does.
Can you run without being in combat?
Yeah.
Yeah. You don't really all out sprint like you do in combat, but you can like jog around the citadel and stuff. So you're not just walking around.
Okay, yeah, so pretty much what we had in Mass Effect 1 then.
Yeah.
So, what's it like working at BioWare? Like, you guys, what's the environment like there professionally?
It's really nice actually. Like, I mean, it's pretty much a bunch of people joking around, having fun, getting down to work. You know, whenever we take lunch breaks, there's like pool tables and all these arcade games down in our lunch rooms and stuff. So, you know, it's really easy to unwind if you need to.
Okay, awesome. So I'm just trying to probe around for a few more questions and all that. Apparently, someone on the forums is claiming PS3 for life, but I think everyone is hating on that anyway.
Wait, did they game test on PS3 or Xbox 360?
Oh, do you game? What do you guys game test on? You got like every console, right?
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, just today I was testing both on PC and on Xbox, and the guy right across the desk from me, he was on PS3, so I mean, any day you could be testing on any machine.
Okay. So he did PC 360. Yeah, Crossman did PS3. Okay, so I mean, about how many hours have you clocked into the testing?
Whew, I don't know. I mean, I've been working there since September 1st and pretty much testing 8 hours a day every work day and then 10 hours a day plus during the crunch time. So I don't know. I don't do that kind of math, but that's a lot of zeros.
Okay.
Does he get the game for free after it's released?
Oh, yeah, do you get the game for free after it's released, or do you have to buy it?
No, I'm pretty sure we get it for free.
Tested the shit out of it for free.
Yeah.
Oh, nice, they do.
Well, I mean, I'm glad to hear that.
Yeah.
They did this at the end.
Yeah, I'm sure you guys deserve it, right? So do you ever just get frustrated playing a game that by nature is going to be full of bugs?
Well, it's kind of nice to play the game, like, and you actually get to see the bug count go down, and you see a scene that you watched once and it had 20 bugs, then you play it 4 days later and it's got none, and you're like, wow, that looks way better, and you can actually see the improvements. So, I mean, it's good and bad.
That's how I play. I let my CPUs do all the work. I'm not actually good at games. I'm just good at using them.
Okay, so yeah, I mean, I've heard like, you know, so many just varying opinions on what it's like to be a QA tester. Like, you know, I've heard it takes a certain amount of patience to be able to deal with it, and you know, other people are saying that like, oh, it was easy for them. Like, where do you fall on the scale? Is this something you absolutely love to do, or like, did it ever occasionally just like, you know, kind of wear on you?
No, really, like, even in the times when it would wear on me, I just take like a 2-second break out and just say, hey, I'm testing video games for a job. Like, as bad as it gets, it's better than flipping burgers.
We'll never hack into them now.
Yes, we will.
No, you won't.
Okay, now I've also heard some people say that like being a QA tester is kind of a leg up into the rest of the industry. Is that actually true, or is that kind of a myth?
No, that's actually true. I mean, you meet a lot of people and you get to talk to a lot of people who are, you know, who do different things. So I learn a lot of programming sort of secondhand by asking the programmers what they're up to, you know, what's new. And they tell you, and, you know, you just sort of, you get to learn a lot more about the industry that way. So it's definitely a leg up, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
No, he doesn't.
Okay. Now, I have to ask, what is your favorite character from all of the Mass Effect series?
Who?
Ooh, that's
Or say
Legion.
Who?
Just because,
that
I don't know,
correct?
something about the story of, like, the Geth, they seemed really innocent to me, you know? I don't know if that's, you know, the right word to use, but yeah, I kind of liked them. They were like a really young civilization, but everyone hated them, so... And Legion was sort of the icon.
Legion, apparently. Now, Here's the question. In Mass Effect 2, spoilers for anyone who, for some reason, never played the game. In Mass Effect 2, did you convert the Geth, or did you destroy them?
I converted them. Just because, you know, Legion's my man, so.
Ah, okay.
Half-Life 3, excited, not excited?
Oh, Half-Life 3, excited, not excited? Do you believe it will ever come out?
Ooh, I believe it will come out. I don't know. My excitement hit its peak like 5 years ago, so I'm not too sure.
Hit its peak like 5 years ago.
Huh?
Hit its peak like 5 years ago, I said.
Gabe hit his peak?
No. The excitement. What do you feel about Gabe?
Gabe Newell is a genius. I don't care what anybody says.
I don't know. I'm just trying to relay a question.
Okay. I'm not too sure, actually.
Okay, understandable.
But
He's not too sure.
has he played Portal 2 or Dota 2?
Yeah, I've played Portal 2. I really like the voice acting in that.
I mean, I could, but does he deserve it?
He's played Portal 2.
What does he think?
He liked the voice acting.
Has he played Dota 2?
Nah.
No, I haven't.
Oh man, I really need to figure out a better way to get this chat working. Oh, dog. Dog just slept on my balls.
Nice! I'm so mad I'm playing the game and missed that.
Nice professional interview.
My balls!
So, yeah, I don't know even know what to ask anymore. I just feel like I'm filling up time.
What does he think of DRM?
Oh, what do you feel about DRM? Like, are you in favor of it? Do you think it's...
Is it helping the gaming community? Is it making PC gaming better, safer? Or is it just hurting? Think of Valve.
Well, it's sort of both, you know. I mean, there's been a lot of issue lately with like developers and consumers. You know, I think they have to sort of find a middle ground, you know, that makes everyone happy. Because I mean, of course, you know, developers don't want the games to be pirated, but consumers want to have easy access to the game. So I mean,
Dead, aren't they?
Fuck
to find a
Valve.
happy medium somewhere, you know.
Yeah, completely understandable. Like, it's very hard to figure out where that happy medium is because, you know, if you make a game too easy to access, that's going to be exploited. If you make it too hard to access, everyone hates you.
Yeah, but I
Exactly.
mean,
So it's a really fine line.
free to play.
Huh?
What do you
Oh.
free to play?
The controls aren't quite the same.
So, what do you feel about free to play?
Free to play is a great model, you know, but it only
That's
works in certain situations, you know, with certain games where you can dole out that content, you know, in little packets.
Think of like TF2, how it was, you know, like $15 to play, and then they did free to play, and it picked up.
Yeah.
I feel like that helped Valve in a big way. Why doesn't BioWare do something like, I don't know, something similar, where you do free to play and then, I don't know, you buy something later on? It obviously helps. Valve did it. They're a big company.
Well, I know that there's, you know, there's divisions of BioWare that are definitely looking into that. A model like that wouldn't have really worked for Mass Effect because, you know, the amount of time and like finances that had to go into just making the game, there had to definitely be some sort of way that the company could validate that they were going to recoup all those expenses, you know, and charging $60 for the game, that's, you know, a standard way that they can say we'll make our money back for sure.
Yep, he's dead. Whoa.
Mm,
But then there's like Kingdoms of
I understand,
Honor that
like,
just came
this
out,
is,
and when that
Stefan,
promote,
for the most part, asking.
I'm just curious, you know.
Hold on, sorry, we're about to. Izzy totally just failed.
Hey, I held my own for a while, right, sir? Thank you, baby. Sustenance.
The stream is going to catch up in probably about 10 minutes, but
It'd still be
Yeah, so I'll get to
yeah, it's
that.
still way behind.
Okay,
So
elevator secret.
everyone watching in about 10 minutes,
You're still in the system.
Izzy just dropped the ball.
Yeah.
What?
The graphics, they didn't load. Did you see that?
No. So I'm sorry.
So yeah,
I have a question still. I
Are you holding up?
Donko inverted, dude. Yeah.
Bless you.
Here's a question: do you play regular axis or inverted?
I'm inverted, but that's because my first game I ever played was a flight simulator. So, you know, pull back to climb, push forward to dive. It's all based on the first games you play.
Wow, inverted man. I think.
I think it'll be good.
I think we disrespect you a little bit more.
Not me!
Except for Dave. Dave's
Respect,
totally
sir.
in favor of you, but
Damn yourself.
Hey, think of it this way: it's harder to play inverted, I guess.
so
I didn't just make it for him.
Right?
yeah, it's just I can't do it. It's impossible.
Once we get to master.
Oh, yeah.
Is he in the third person or first person games?
Third, he said.
Person?
Yeah. So, what's your favorite beer?
Nice.
Everything to do with Mass
My
Effect.
favorite beer, I don't know if you guys would know it, but it's called Trois Pistoles. It's a unibrew from Quebec.
So, what? What piece? What now?
Trois Pistoles. It's French for three pistols. It's like this beer, and the top is like
Other little...
Okay,
you have to like
He was
peel off
certified
this
guy.
saran wrap type stuff. It's really funny,
Not dead yet.
and it's like 12%.
Don't you shoot my Garrus.
I'll shoot him all I want.
No.
If he gets in my line of sight, I'm gonna shoot him.
Okay. So now, so apparently it's like something from homebrew from Quebec or something like that. You said. Yeah.
Vic.
Paragon or Renegade?
What is his thoughts on poutine?
So I'm just trying to read through. Oh, can you speak French?
Very.
Someone provided a heart after that question.
Apparently.
Oui, venez. 13. Je peux parler français. Je suis canadien.
If he does, do you like poutine?
Oh, that's Vanessa.
So I'm going to assume that's a yes.
Do you like
Yeah,
poutine?
yeah.
Do Stefan wants to know if you like poutine.
Oh, hell yeah.
I have no
course.
idea what that is.
Poutine, it's fries and gravy, pretty
Yeah. Who
And
doesn't?
cheese.
much. Yeah.
And cheese.
The woman speaks.
It's actually, you don't get your license in Canada until you admit that you love poutine. Kinda strange.
No. Fuck this one. Go and shoot shit.
Huh, go figure. I mean,
And I said.
kind of like you don't get your license here in DC unless you have an absolute fear of snow.
Huh.
Is BioWare a Canadian company or a US company?
Is BioWare a Canadian company?
Did he have to travel?
Did
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it is. It's based in Canada. I'm pretty sure the first office that was opened was in Edmonton. But now it's semi-multinational. I know that there's offices in Ireland and Austin and
Edmonton.
Canada.
Really? For BioWare?
yep.
Son of a bitch, it's that
Go
working
figure.
testing. Travel.
Did you have to travel, or were you in that first office?
Yeah, no, I've just been in Edmonton the whole time, yeah. But I've met people from other offices. They're really nice guys.
You need one of these.
When we were doing localization and the different languages and stuff.
They're RF.
Right, this is just high life.
It's
It's true.
water and
Someone wants to know if in French you can say, your mother was a hamster and your father smelt of elderberries.
I don't know hamster and elderberries in French. I'm sorry.
Can't believe so far.
Ton mère était un hamster.
Apparently
Et
doesn't know
ton
hamster and elderberries.
Smelt of elderberries. I'm sorry.
Any other companies?
Oh, snap.
I think I felt like I asked.
I feel like you did.
Nice.
So, I don't even know. I'm trying to figure out if half these things are even questions. Someone wants to know, do you work near Garrus Wall Hallway?
Yes.
Is that a question?
Yes, I do actually. Yeah.
It's an amazing one. Because it has Garrus in it.
Yeah, there's a hallway where you turn the corner and there's just this huge 6-foot Garrus face just staring at you.
Garrison, baby. It's Garrus.
And every day I walk past and, wink at it.
You know what the
Oh, Izzy would love this.
What?
Apparently there's a hallway where you turn the corner and there's a huge 6-foot face of Garrus just staring at you.
Nice. I would be on that.
And your fail just happened.
So...
What?
Yep,
Or someone died.
okay, so the stream finally just caught up and we just failed.
Yeah.
Wow.
Sorry for the fail.
wait, what?
Where Izzy died.
And
Are you serious?
Yeah, it just now caught up.
Where am I supposed to be going?
Yeah, we gotta fig... Yeah,
Just restart it, dude. It's simple as that. I didn't restart it when you took over.
I did. I restarted it.
Yeah.
So, yeah, sorry, we're still trying to figure out technical stuff. So what was your first console growing up?
My first console was a Sega
props for trying to
Master
headbutt
System.
Get Passenger. Did you try to headbutt at some point, Steve, or was that
Playing like
I
Altered
think it must
Beast
have
and
been me.
stuff.
I
It
feel-
was,
I forgot
what
we
again?
have cats.
Sega Master System.
Correct.
Like the very first Sega. With the 2 buttons and the
Oh, wow,
Contra.
that is old.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah, call them old. That's
So, were you a part of, like, you know, the Sega generation, or did you eventually see the light and convert to Nintendo?
Hey, there's nothing
Uh,
wrong with Sega.
Yeah, I converted to Nintendo pretty quick. I mean, I don't know, it's just more colorful. I also really liked Chrono Trigger. That was my main game growing up.
Fucking amazing game.
Yeah, I definitely love playing Chrono Trigger. Now, here's my question. Have you ever played Super Mario RPG?
Yeah, I did. Yeah. It wasn't bad. It was pretty good.
Has he ever played ColecoVision?
It wasn't bad, sir. That is the best game ever.
We can agree to disagree.
Ooh, I just saw a flash of something. Master Reapers are here.
So,
Or thunder.
Or thunder. I mean, right?
Oh, snap. The Reapers are here.
Ah, shitballs.
I-
Like,
We just saw Flash, and there was much noise.
oh no,
Reapers
don't we have a
arrived.
thunderstorm starting over here?
Man, I hope we don't lose power. Oh,
that'd be awesome. Not. Cool.
Someone wants to know, what was your favorite part in Battletoads?
I don't know, probably... I actually liked Battletoads Double Dragon. Actually, the light cycle challenge that everyone claims is super hard. I actually really enjoyed that part.
don't fail.
So you're just one of those, is like, oh, you had trouble here? I rocked that. Pa.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean
Yeah.
to. I should, like, not, you know.
How ungentlemanly.
I know that's
Krogan
very
warrior.
poor. I'm sorry.
Someone wants to know, did you ever play Toomba for the PS1?
These questions.
Wait, what game?
How old is this guy?
I don't think I did. I never actually owned a PS1. That was the only console I never had.
Like Timon and Pumbaa, or like?
Huh, so now, here's a few questions I've had. How old are you? Like, if you...
I get you now.
Oh, 25, okay.
25. He's not much older. Gunstar Heroes.
Ask why am I not a
Gunstar Heroes.
Why am I not a hero?
Apparently we're just shouting out Gunstar Heroes into the microphone.
There we go. Has he played Gunstar Heroes? It's like the first two-player co-op shooter. The best one. Philanthropy.
Why did I not? Oh, it's 20. Definitely not.
So, did you ever play Gunstar Heroes?
No, I never did. I never actually started playing any shooters until Call of Duty. I was
No.
always an RPG person.
Well, you know, I'm still proud of the dude. He did Mass Effect 3. Grandma's Boy. He did Grandma's Boy, right?
Is it anything like
Yeah,
Grandma's
it's like anything. Is game developed?
The Reapers are here!
Fucked up shit.
I keep killing you!
Is game testing anything like Grandma's Boy? Does he smoke weed and live his grandma's house? I mean, like,
Is-
Grandma's Boy, it's...
And
you know,
oh wait, no, that's not.
We have to close that
I
round.
was like... Who's called?
No, I don't live with my grandma, but
We have to close this.
yeah, no, it's pretty similar. I mean, when you see the guys joking around in Grandma's Boy, that's pretty much actually how it is. Like it's a really loose and relaxed place to work.
If it gets loud, I'll...
And you do get those super nerdy people like JP or whatever from Grandma's Boy.
It's all Grandma's Boy is. Test game, smoke weed, live at Grandma's house.
And at some point I think
nice.
tiger.
Chanel on the live chat wants to know, did you ever play Dragon Warrior?
English word stock and Shakalu.
Oh crap, that actually sounds familiar, but I can't really say yes or no. It sounds like something I played when I was like 12.
I'm just curious.
43 at the moment. We've had 1,000.
Okay. So I have to ask, what's your favorite system of all time?
Ooh. I don't know, that's a tough one. I mean, personally, I like the 360 just because the controller is, you know, the controller for the 360 is my favorite part of that gaming console, you know. I like the PlayStation for, you know, the whole home entertainment thing and how they were trying to sell it to, you know, actually also the Wii for that regard, trying to get it out to the public more and open gaming up a little bit more. But my favorite's the Xbox just because of the controller.
Okay. Now, see, Xbox because of controller. Did you ever? What did you think of the GameCube controller? Because that one I actually found to be a bit better than the 360s.
Yeah, I like the GameCube controller for its feel, but I just didn't like the A, B, Y, and X buttons. They were all sort of. I mean, it was Nintendo-ized. They did it their way, but
Yeah, I think they're the same
yeah, I
time
just
zone. I'm
didn't
pretty
like
certain they're the
stuff.
same time zone.
Alright, well then, run me away.
Cuba, so.
Okay.
They're definitely east.
Yeah, I have no idea. What was your favorite game series of all time? Is Not Ship wants to know.
That's Mega Man. Just because, you know, Mega Man's the best. Yeah.
Yes. So, what do you feel about Capcom canceling development on most Mega Man games? Then.
Oh, yeah, I sort of, you know, not to be a troll, but I sort of gave up on Capcom, you know, a while back. I haven't really followed their stuff anymore. Not until, you know, they come out with something that's actually good.
Yeah, I can sympathize with that position.
I like Marvel
So,
versus Capcom.
Mega
That's a
Man
good.
or Mega Man X?
Mega Man X, just because, you know, Dash. You got to have your dash, or else it just doesn't feel like Mega Man.
Oh, I have a question.
Okay, and you were saying about Marvel vs. Capcom?
Yeah, no, it's a good game. I mean, it was really fun to play. You know, Capcom's good at what they do. It's just I wish that they would do better stuff.
Thank you.
That's, you know, more my taste.
There's another one. I don't even know how to melee. Click one button.
Does Mass Effect 3 finish out the series?
Okay. How about Castlevania Symphony of Night? What?
Does Mass
That's a
Effect 3
wrong
finish
button.
out the series?
I didn't play much of it. I only played it at my friend's house, so I can't really. I mean, it was good. It was, you know, Metroidvania. I liked its style.
Okay, now does going back to Mass Effect 3, would you say the game finishes out the series, or does it leave room for more in the future? Like, I've heard rumors about a Mass Effect MMO.
Well, yeah, I mean, after Mass Effect 3 is done, it's pretty done. Like, it's a conclusive ending to that story. But the universe, you know, like, after working there and I actually had time to read the codexes that were written by the writers, there's a lot of backstory in that universe. So, I mean, they could pretty much make just another little squad and have a whole new series of games just on that. I mean, I would love to play those.
It's not my fault. It's my fault.
No, I can just hear us laughing.
Okay, now did you ever, when you were testing, how much time did you spend testing out the Kinect? Like, did you just start shouting out random words and seeing what it would do, or did you have to, like, test a very specific set of words and make sure those work properly?
Well, I never actually tested the Kinect, but it's funny. The other guy who was in my office, he was testing it for a week, and that was actually a really funny week because you know, every now and again it'd be like he's talking to himself, or he'd just be saying words of dialogue, or you'd turn around and you know he'd want to make a Paragon choice, but you just blurt out the Renegade option, and the game would choose it, and he'd be kicking himself. So the Kinect, it was really fun to test.
I'm listening.
Nice, so I guess it's one of those things where you can't incredulously read an option because it'll choose it for you anyway.
Yeah, I mean, I remember testing that, like, when he had it, and we'd say the lines and with the weirdest accents, you know, we'd try to go crazy hillbilly, all the way to, like, hardcore thug, just to make sure that the Kinect would pick it up in the different accents. It was fun.
Okay, now, some people here want to know, is there going to be, like, a lot of aim assist in Mass Effect 3, I guess, for the consoles? Because there's a lot of it in Mass Effect 1 we're noticing.
No, I don't think there's too much of an aim assist. I mean, yeah, no, there's really no aim assist in Mass Effect 3. When you're on the easier difficulties, it's more just the spray or your bullets will take out the enemy anyways, so there really is no aim assist. And when you're on the harder difficulties, you wouldn't want aim assist anyways, so yeah, I don't think there's too much of that.
Fantastic. I'll do it all.
Okay,
Graphics-wise, are the graphics tenfold on Mass Effect 2? I mean, like, does it do any next-gen stuff on Mass Effect 2?
Stefan wants to know, like, how much would you say the graphics have improved for Mass Effect 3? Like, are they, like, tenfold better?
Is it the
or
same engine?
is it the same engine, or is it a completely, like, redone engine?
Or a modded engine?
I think it's a updated engine because it's still based on the Unreal Engine, which is sort of the standard for all the Mass Effect games. But it definitely looks better. Like, the team knows now how to leverage all that memory and to get the most out of it, you know. So It definitely looks better, but it's not 10 times better because that'd be better than reality. I mean,
Okay, Chanel wants to know, when you test, are you assigned a level, or do you just play everything you have available, then start over?
well, it all depends the test you're doing. Like when I was doing the cinematics testing, we'd be given specific conversations or specific levels, and you'd just test that day in, day out for a week. Or you'd be doing a playthrough testing where you want to make sure that certain aspects of the game keep up to date as you go through all the different missions. So for that one, you'd have to actually play through the game to verify.
Okay, so now do they give you just like weekly assignments to just run the hell out of this? Because I noticed before you said like, oh, this is like a funny week, or you seem to kind of mention week cycle. Like, do they just give you like a schedule or something, or how does that work?
Yeah, it's all based on, every team has a team lead, so the team lead does all the planning and the scheduling to make sure that, tasks get done, and they sort of dole out who does what,
Just ask me, Wes.
to make sure that everything can get done.
Stand. I have legs.
And those team leads, they're normally people who have had like a couple games under their belt, so they sort of know what to do.
Okay, now
Does it do write-ups on the levels? I mean, does he have an assignment of levels he has to do, and then after that, does he have to like do a write-up on it? Kind of like a book report on a goddamn game. Does he have to do a book report on the game? Does he have a requirement on the levels he has to do, and then a book report after that? With math?
so Stefan wants to know, do you have to do a book report on the games with math, or
Is it like play the game and this is fucked up, and like is it like more of like a bug reporting, or like a step by step? I did this and this happened. I did this happened.
It's both, actually. Like, you don't want to overdo it with the information because, the programmers, they don't need the information, and you also don't want to come across like you're
Dude, so
I don't know the word,
having a good time.
yeah. You want to make sure that you have all the important
Say it in
information in
French, all
there,
the ladies will love
what
you.
the bug is, what, how the game is supposed to act, and then any reproduction steps you took to get the bug,
So we do a poor job at best.
It's ridiculous.
Okay.
Alright, camera.
Now, are we going to see the Mako in Mass Effect 3, and has it been improved?
You do see the Mako. I don't know if you get to play with the Mako. It looks better.
Okay. Okay, this is just a weird configuration right now. We have Izzy just standing next to me holding the camera that has a microphone attached to it.
Speak.
So is there anything that you want to tell us in particular? Anything you just want to share?
No, good luck you guys with the marathon. I can't wait to see what you guys look like when I wake up tomorrow, and when I wake up on Sunday, it'll be hilarious.
Thank you.
Thank you. I'm looking forward to seeing what's going to come of this. Really crossing my fingers that we'll get some more donations. As an update, we have about $176 in Paragon, so we're still sticking with the nice guy choices.
Yeah, why do people have to be so nice?
It's happening.
Yeah, exactly, you know?
Probably burn them all.
Hey, why can't we just go around punching reporters in the face because it's funny?
They want to see that, they gotta donate.
Yeah, punch them in the face. Jerks.
Fuck you, Miss Daisy.
So, dude, wow. So, yeah, I am really just out of things to ask right now. I'm so distracted by so many things.
Okay, well, how about I ask you guys a question? How did you guys find the whole lineup, like, to the game? Did you like, you know, the trailers and everything that came out? And how about the Space Edition?
I mean, okay, so Josh wants to know, what did we think of the lead up to Mass Effect 3, like all the trailers and the promotional stuff?
Well, I'll let you finish that up. Well, personally, it would help if I would stop listening to the audio because it's on delay. I personally thought that it was amazing. I mean, especially when they paired it up with The Walking Dead on Sundays. I'm like, this is like the perfect marriage right here. Zombies and Mass Effect 3, and I think the trailers are just stupendous, and I never use that word. I'll let the mic go to someone else.
I mean, I feel like if you look at all the trailers, for things like Modern Warfare 3, it's things like that. You really can't describe off the trailers how good the game's going to be, but it looks good. I mean, the first two were good, so I can only assume the third one, I mean, they didn't drop the ball. They learned from the first one, they learned from the second one. Yeah, they learned elevator scenes. They learned from the second one, so they know, hey, you know, don't do this, do this. So I feel like BioWare itself has learned. It's not like Activision and all those other companies who regurgitate the same thing over and over again. I think like BioWare has learned from their mistakes, and they're going to push it on the third one.
I think they've also found their niche with this game, because as you were saying, you see like there's some game trailers that you watch and you're like, all right, I don't really get the point of this game. Like honestly, when Battlefield 3's trailers came out, I was like, all right, great. Looks real, who cares? Whereas Mass Effect, I think, with especially with 3, kind of hits that chord of human, you know, humans being right on the cusp of destruction, and what we're going to do to take back that fight. I think it does a great job of kind of hitting that, you know, striking that chord.
Personally, I've actually really enjoyed a lot of the promotional stuff so far. Going into what they've done in the real world for demonstrations, I don't know how much of this was BioWare and how much of this was EA, but I remember back in the day when EA kind of was doing the marketing for Dante's Inferno, and when they first started that, we're doing like, you know, the 7 deadly sins shenanigans, and how that constantly was blowing up in their face. But now we're looking at really clever marketing stunts and gimmicks with Mass Effect 3, where, you know, we have a petition to get the UK government to release all the documents about UFOs, even though that's really just never going to happen and really, you know, like, who cares?
I do.
And then we had that really cool weather balloon thing, which I thought was actually about a novel idea, considering, you know, how much of Mass Effect depends upon space. And, you know, it's pretty much just a really cool thing where we get to see some fans get the game, you know, a week early.
Yeah.
The trailers, oh my god, the trailers are amazing. You know, even just the teaser, we can kind of see the Reaper in that little girl's eye. Just like, oh man, you know, it's that sort of marketing where I feel they really realize the emotional core of the games. They've really realized like why we play the games, what the action should be about. At the same time, I'm almost worried though that Mass Effect 3 is going to become a bit too human-centric now. You know, the really great thing about Mass Effect 1 was we were just small bit players in the universe fighting for our right to shine. You know, Mass Effect 2 kind of did a little bit away with that. You know, humans were a bit more important. For some reason, the Reapers kind of came for us. But I feel a lot of promotion stuff now is actually really focusing on the human side of things. And I can see why they do that. I just hope the game doesn't stick with just humanity's role in everything.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I can promise you that you do get to see like the story of how each of the different races are fighting the Reapers. Like you get to see how the Solarian handle them, how the Asari do, how the Krogan try to deal with them. But it is mostly focused about Earth and, you know, saving our planet.
Okay, so pretty much Earth.
You can sit and like use the whole
So
thing.
Earth is the main staging area, but you just kind of like go back and forth between the other planets, helping them out and requesting help.
Yeah, Earth is kind of where, you know, the buck stops, you know, it's where most of the Reapers are in the galaxy. You know, it's where most of the fighting is, where everything's sort of coming to a head. But you definitely have to help out the other races too, because, you know, without their help, you'd be alone.
Okay, nice. Yeah, do you have any other questions for us?
No, that's pretty much it. Well, have you guys played have you played a lot of the demo and the multiplayer and stuff? How do you like that?
I played a bit of the demo. I didn't go through the single player because I didn't really want to ruin the story. He wants to know, did we play the demo and what did we think of that?
Welcome to the good life.
Are you gonna talk? Or me?
No, I just said welcome to the good life.
Are you gonna talk, Dave? Alright, I'm gonna speak for everyone out there.
We didn't play
Being myself, no. I played the bejesus out of that demo. Like, I'm pretty certain all I did on my spare time, I think I played through the campaign 3 times, because I like to decorate my Shepherd differently each time. I tried male Commander Shepherd, female Commander Shepherd, the different role-playing versus just going straight into action, and I think I owned all of multiplayer for like 10 hours. I'm pretty certain my Raptor account documents 15 hours on this demo, so
Nice.
yeah, I played that quite a bit.
Nice.
Calm down, you son of a bitch.
Yeah, how about you? Like, how much of the demo have you played? After the fact that you QA tested everything. Like, is there a point where you're just like, I'm way too sick of like playing through this level. I'm just gonna ease back a bit, play some Tetris.
Yeah, Tetris.
Well, yeah, there's definitely some nights where, you know, your eyes cannot look at another screen at all, and you just, you know, they're burnt. But when the demo came out, I was one of the first ones to get all my friends to get it, and we were playing multiplayer. I mean, it's kind of weird. I mean, even though you're testing it all day, you still want to play it. Maybe it's a sickness.
Someone in the live stream wants me to pass on the word to start working on Dragon Age 3.
Oh, it's already being worked on, yeah. No, I was hanging out with a guy just this afternoon who was showing me some new stuff with the engine that they're using to write the game. It looks really cool. It's gonna be a sweet game.
Nice. So, are they already kind of like, just getting the engine together and starting to get some of the writing, or are they even further along in development?
They haven't. I don't think they haven't really started the writing like too hard yet, but they're definitely working on the engine because pretty much they're using the Frostbite 2 engine. So we have to start building some tools to help do stories in the Frostbite 2 engine, you know, to do them BioWare style.
Like testing, I guess. For line gas.
we can hear.
Sorry, we just had to inform Stefan that yes, we can in fact hear everything he thinks he's trying to be quiet about.
The burping, the cursing, the debauchery, we can hear it all.
Fuck off, dog. Come on.
Someone wants to know what is the criteria for deciding like what gets put in the demo.
I'm not too sure what the criteria is because I think like pretty short after I was hired, they already knew which levels were going to be in the demo. I think it was based upon, which levels we could show the most of the game without giving away too much of the story is what they had, pretty much based it upon.
Come on, go over there. Oh, my fingers are over there. Fuck off.
Okay.
That's an important one. Alex, did you come?
Right. So, hey, do any of you guys have any other questions for him?
Not about the gas.
Did you pay my guess?
Apparently someone wants to know if you paid their gas bill.
Yes?
Does Mass Effect 3 end the series?
Yes.
It does.
Yeah.
Yes.
Finally.
No.
Well, it ends,
I don't know.
it sort of ends the series, but it definitely doesn't end the universe. There's lots of room there's lots of stories to be told in that world.
Mass Effect Montana.
Exactly.
People still live there? Mass Effect. Dude, are you kidding me? This beard here? It's not mine.
Dude, Stefan,
Dude, this is mine. This is not mine.
oh, sorry, it's someone just...
Mine?
Dude, get paper towels.
Dude, it's done.
Dude, it's in the carpet. It's buried in the carpet. Get paper towels.
Beard, did someone leave here? Are you kidding me?
I'm saddened by some of the people here.
What? Oh, paper towels right here.
Yeah, you know what, I think we'll let you go now. I don't want to... I think we've kept you on
Thank you.
really long. Thank you for calling in.
No problem. It was my pleasure.
At this point, I think that we're just talking fill up time.
All right. Well, yeah. You guys have a good time playing the game.
Not even my beard.
Absolutely, yeah. Thanks a lot. Thanks for calling in, and I really look forward to playing Mass Effect 3 come Tuesday.
Yeah, I look forward to it too. I want to play with my Shepherd.
Oh, it's all wet and nasty.
Nice. All right. I'll see you around.
Yeah.